What's up guys, and welcome back to a brand new video here on my channel. And today's video I'm going to give you my most honest keyboard tier list here in 2022 guys. I just recently got my hands on the Apex Pro Mini, Wooting 60%. I also even have the Wooting full size, the Apex Pro TKL, Razer Huntsman TKL V2, so therefore I get all the top tier keyboards, of course still the GK61, MK61, and just simply anything which is somehow popular here, especially in Fortnite. So therefore guys, I'm going to cover each and every single keyboard, talk about all these specific features, and also give you like my most honest opinion if it's actually like worth it to swap over from something like an Apex Pro TKL to maybe the Apex Pro Mini. And yeah, I'm just gonna compare everything. If you guys enjoyed this video, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to my channel. That's what I've meant to say so much. And without any further ado, let's get straight into this topic. So yeah guys, and here we are right now on the tier list itself. You can already see we have god tier keyboards, amazing, good, decent, and boomer type beat. And I just thought I'm gonna list like all of the most popular ones, which would be something like a MK61, GK61. Then we also actually have now in front of me the new Apex Mini. We now have here as well the Wooting 60%, the Razer Huntsman TKL V2, very important because they actually improved the switches so much in comparison to like the previous lineup. Besides that, I of course also own the normal Apex Pro TKL and all these keyboards guys, so therefore I'm gonna give you like my most honest opinion. And I would say we're gonna straight up begin here with the SK61 guys. And I think the same issue which I had on the SK61, I also had on the GK61, since the SK61 is basically only a rebranded GK61. And one of the main issues which I had was, guys, that, yeah, just listen. Does this sound good? I mean, it's still a really fast keyboard, guys, for, I think, $50, so therefore you can't really go, like, wrong with it or too wrong. But let me actually show you the MK61, guys, which you can get exactly for the same price. Also optical gate-to-run switches, does even come with pudding keycaps, and listen to this. Sounds way better, right? Yeah, so therefore guys, what I would say with the SK61, it's like in the good thing, yeah, you know, like the sound isn't horrible, it has tons of nice features, it's hot swappable, super fast optical switches, so therefore, yeah, we're gonna put it into good. Next up we have here actually now the RK61. And I honestly don't know right now where my RK61 is, but I think if you can get it for around like $25–30, I wouldn't really pay more guys. Other than that, it's not really worth it because then you could already go for like a $45 MK61, which has optical switches and also way better build quality. I would say the RK61 is like a really good budget keyboard. It's decent, you know, like the keys, they wobble a little bit if you actually like move around on that, you know, like some of you guys maybe will have like budget 60% keyboards, you know, that when you actually go with a finger over your keycap, you can like sort of move the whole entire keycap. That's just simply how it is with budget keyboards. And on top of that, it's only mechanical, not even like optical mechanical, so I would say it's decent, it's okay. Next up now guys, we have the Wooting 60HE, and I gotta say, this is an insane keyboard first of all. So we have 0.1mm actuation point. On top of that, we have this Tycoon mode, which pretty much allows us to have under 1 millisecond response time. The keyboard looks amazing itself. I mean, like with these mint keycaps, looks amazing. We can all agree on that. Build quality also super solid. You have double movement built in there. This is basically like the dream of any Fortnite sweat right now. I know like that like a ton of Fortnite FNCS winners also use this right now, or Queasy Scented got also sent out one. And this one just recently dropped, I think like yesterday or something like that. You can pick it up for around like $180, I think it was. And I gotta say, bro, this is amazing keyboard. The only downside to this is, which I actually have seen now on the Apex Pro doing it better on the mini version, is that the switches still feel amazingly hard to press in comparison to like the Apex Pro Mini, you know? And the Apex Pro Mini only has a 0.2mm actuation point, so therefore it's not even like too much slower, you know, on like 0.1mm. But the switches are way lighter, so you can like easier press and spam them, which might maybe make the Apex Pro Mini faster while using. Actually, you know, we have the same discussion guys like back with the GK61, the Apex Pro, when everyone was saying, yeah, the GK61 is slower but the switches are a lot lighter to press, you know. We have the same issue now here with these two high-end keyboards. Like those are literally the highest of the high-end you can go right now for Fortnite. And I'm personally not quite sure. I've heard that you can get like new springs on the Wooting side for like $15 and replace them, but that's also a lot of additional work. But we also got to keep in mind that these switches are actually lit guys, so therefore just listen to this. Bro, this sounds so good for a stock keyboard. So therefore, without any doubt, of course, we gotta put the Wooting 60HE into God tier keyboards. Next up, we have the Razer Huntsman TKL V2, guys, which is the version 2, as it already says. And I got mine here with clicky switches because I actually enjoy them a lot. For some people, that might sound annoying after some time. Gotta say, super fast keyboard. Good price point. I think I paid around I actually paid for this one only 60 euros, guys, because I got it as like a super insane sale on Amazon. Usually it goes for around like $120, $130, I do believe it was. We have a TKL keyboard, amazing quality. Actually sounds good and feels really robust. Like we have like here, somewhere here on the top, actually we have like some sort of like hardened plastic, you know. The keyboard is insanely fast, Razer optical switches. You don't really have any noticeable delay, and I would say theoretically, if you want to go for clicky switches, this is the fastest and best keyboard for clicky switches. For linears, of course, go with the Apex, you know, Apex Mini, Apex Pro TKL, or the Wooting 60%, or even GK61, MK61. But for clicky switches, this is the best you can get right now on the market, guys. Yeah, so therefore, I would say just because this gives you like the best clicky experience, I would actually put it into amazing or God tier. I'm not quite sure right now. Like for linears, it's not as fast, so therefore not really that good. So therefore I'm gonna put it into amazing because for clicky switches only, this is the best and fastest keyboard you can go if you like this. You know, some people, they can't play with linear switches because you don't have any feedback or stuff like that. So therefore for clicky switches only, definitely go with this one. Then next up, guys, we have the DK61, and oh boy, I gotta tell you something. On the DK61, we have exactly the same issue as on the GK61. Super hollow casing. Sounds really ass while playing. I'm gonna keep it real, and especially a lot of rattling. Yeah, I'm gonna use the GK61 here as model because the DK61 is just like a cloned version of GK61. And I'm not quite sure what the DK61 does other than a GK61 because there's literally no difference in terms of features. You know, of course you have like a Bluetooth version or a wired version or some stuff like that, but it doesn't really make like a huge difference. Both have optical switches, so therefore I would say the DK61 probably goes into good as well because it's super close to the SK61. But I gotta say the SK, actually we're gonna put it into decent, guys, since the SK61 actually comes in a bunch of different color types. You know, you can get like something similar like on this XVX keyboard, which I just got recently. You know, you just get other paint jobs already stock on this keyboard, and the same also applies for the SK61, so we gotta give that to them. You know, they at least tried out something. Then next up, the GK61, and I mean, I already fully roasted this keyboard, guys, because super hollow, doesn't sound good. It's still insanely fast, especially with Gateron yellow switches. But on the other hand, again, guys, you can put also Gateron optical yellow switches into MK61 and just have a way better build quality. Just listen. Bro, like, don't even compare this. Not really comparable, right? So therefore, GK61, I would put it into decent. I would put it into decent. For the price, it's a good keyboard. You still have a lot of fun with it. It's hot swappable, but it just... Bro, you don't want to hear this 24/7 while gaming. Trust me, you don't want. Then next up, guys, we have now the MK61, which I've already praised so often here, guys, and is also, in my opinion, the best 60% budget keyboard. So therefore, MK61 into amazing. $45 only, pre-installed pudding keycaps, which actually look amazing. I don't know, can I put my cord into here and actually show you this, guys? Like, take a look. This looks amazing, bro. Already pre-installed, you don't have to buy them, you know? This is like $15 of keycaps, $20 of keycaps, which you already get stock onto it. Then of course also optical switches, so therefore super fast and nice for gaming. And overall I would rate this as an amazing keyboard. So and next up in this tier list now we have the Razer Huntsman Mini, guys. And one thing which I really can say is that with the V2 version of the Huntsman series, yeah, the TKL V2, they really a lot improved the switches. Like, I tried out a Razer Huntsman Mini myself, and I think everyone who ever had one knows how cheap it feels. Like, that's actually a huge issue. The keyboard itself is nice, you know, it's fast. The clicks are good and everything, the switches are good, but it feels insanely cheap. I don't know what Razer did there, but yeah, with their first lineup, it felt horrible literally while using. So therefore, you kind of get like the same speed, you know, you also get like clicky switches. I think the previous ones, the version 1 switches were also really good on that one. So therefore, I would say overall, it's just like a worse version of the V2, which makes sense because yeah, as mentioned, they did a ton of improvements here. So we just gotta put it into good, I would say. You know, it's not bad, it's not it's not worth it, $120. I'm gonna keep it real, guys. Like the MK61 is gonna give you a way better experience, since you can also get Gateron optical blue switches if you like the clickiness, you know. You can also get like Gateron optical yellow switches, which are faster than Razer's red switches. Next up now, we also have now Ducky Keyboards, and I just gotta say, guys, I'm sorry, Ducky is 2019, super outdated, overpriced. I think you pay like $130 for the newest keyboard, the Ducky 3 Mini or something like that, and it still uses normal mechanical switches, nothing innovative. You get a kind of cool colorway on it, so we gotta put it into decent. Absolutely overpriced and outdated. And next up now, we're going to take a final look at the Apex Pro Mini, guys, and I only got this keyboard since yesterday, and I've been using it for already like a bunch of hours in Fortnite Arena, you know, like this whole channel is Fortnite, so obviously I'm gonna use it, and I gotta say, I'm really amazed with this keyboard. The switches feel insanely good in comparison with like the normal Apex Pro. You know, the ones on the normal Apex Pro were already insanely smooth, but these ones are even smoother. They also improved the sound, especially on the spacebar, guys, yeah? Just listen to the spacebar. As a comparison, this is the previous Apex Pro TKL, and just listen to the spacebar. Bro. Huge improvements, really huge improvements from SteelSeries. In terms of the switches and the smoothness, I would say they also improved it. The sound just overall is a lot better. And the only downside really is that this one feels kind of cheaper because it's only plastic, you know. On the original Apex Pro, we actually had like aluminum here on the backside. You can also like feel this gets literally like cold. That's how you know that's like aluminum. And I would just say overall, the build quality on the Apex Pro TKL is a little bit better. And if you actually prefer a TKL keyboard, this is still an amazing deal, guys. Yeah, don't get me wrong, like even the normal Apex Pro TKL from 2019 is still a beast of a keyboard. On the other side, we also have now here this cool little thing, you know, where we actually have a keycap puller built into the keyboard. But it's like covered here under this piece of rubber, which is also a cool thing, which I haven't seen previously really on any keyboards utilize this. And for the rest of the keyboard, the switches feel insanely fast, guys. Like I've been using it in Fortnite and I was amazed. As I said previously in the video, guys, when it comes down to like the Wooting 60HE and the Apex Pro Mini, I can't really tell which one is faster, since technically the Apex Pro Mini is actually a little bit slower, but the switches are so much lighter and easier to press. You know, when it comes down to practical usage, not only technical data matter, because how much pressure you have to put on a certain switch to like spam it, especially in Fortnite when you want to go for like triple quad edits, this can be super beneficial for you. And I would just say the Apex Pro Mini is guaranteedly an absolutely perfect keyboard, you know? Not too much RGB going on, just a super slick design, insanely nice switches, guys. They also improve the sound enough. USB Type-C finally, in comparison with the 2019 version, guys, yeah, you know, where you had like a normal cord which was already attached to the keyboard, which you couldn't deattach. Super weird, I don't know. And just overall a great looking keyboard. Definitely would put it into God tier, guys, right next to the Wooting 260. And I would also say we can straight up also put the Apex Pro TKL still into God tier, because it is still theoretically up until today the fastest TKL keyboard. And with that said, guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you had any more issues, I think I could like sort of cover them. When it comes down to like these budget keyboards, definitely go for the MK61. That is the absolute winner. When you want to get like the fastest clicky keyboard, get the Razer Huntsman V2 TKL 100% with optical purple and switches. And when it comes down to the God tier keyboards, Wooting 60HE, Apex Pro Mini, or Apex Pro TKL. And in the next few days, guys, by the way, I'm also allowed to fully review the Wooting 60HE, so I'm gonna also drop a comparison between the Apex Pro Mini and the Wooting 60. And I hope that you enjoyed it, guys. And with that said, we're pretty much done here. Please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to my channel. This will help me so much. And until next time, stay awesome. I'm out. Peace.